Hi guys, Adiasi here again. I know slightly different position to where I was before. I've decided to steal my partner's desk. I can actually put the camera up a nice angle so I don't look like I'm looking down at you guys and you can't see my double chin all the time. Anyway, this video is going to be a sketchbook tour. It's only going to be about one of my bit sketchbooks because I had to manoeuvre my art corner away as we needed to get a brand new chest freezer because of my little girl needing a lot of food. So yes, it has been relocated somewhere and I can't seem to find it. I originally thought it was in this little bit here, which you can just see behind me. That is where I thought I'd put it, but obviously not. It is disappeared somewhere else into the house. I apologise, I have wet hair and it's up. My hairdryer broke yesterday and I haven't had the chance or the money to go get a new one. So I apologise if I look like I have no hair. I apologise about the light fading. I would originally be back there, but as I said, this one's a little bit more comfortable for me. Plus I get to steal my partner's nice comfy leather chair. But yes, anyway, on to the thing. Just a bit about this actual sketchbook. This sketchbook was given to me as a birthday present. Gosh, about 3 years ago? 3 years ago? Can't quite remember. It's actually a paper chase. It's backwards to you guys, but it's actually a paper chase sketchbook, A4. It actually had 100 sheets, and I'm over halfway, I think, but it's lasted me ages. I must admit, I don't get to draw as much as I'd like. I did have a drawing splurge a little while ago. I will put a description down below of my Deviant Art page, where you can go see some of my work and some of the finished products. Some of them are not in this sketchbook, so they're in my other sketchbook, which is an A3 sketchbook. Again, I do not know where that has gone. I think it may be upstairs with my other sketchbooks. I couldn't see it, but it's possibly there, or I've possibly put it down and the fairies have taken it to that special place where everything seems to disappear to. Anyway, so yes, this was a gift to me. Some of these drawings are just as that old. As I said, I don't draw in a sketchbook very much. I should really catch up on doing it, but obviously it's just having the motivation. Every day I don't have the motivation to draw. I'm either exhausted from work or I'm exhausted from an illness. I would have uploaded this video a lot sooner, but I've been suffering from an ear infection. Today is the last day I took my antibiotics for it, and I basically, the nausea, the pain in the back of my head and the dizziness was horrific. And today obviously I wanted to get this done for you guys as I'm going back to work tomorrow. So yes, if I'm suffering from a bug, which is more likely because of where I work and the fact that my immune system is slightly lower than usual, because obviously being off having my daughter, I did build up immunity and everything like that. Anyway, enough of me and enough of that. On to my sketchbook. This is 100-gram paper, acid-free. As I said before in my previous videos, if I have said in my previous video, the paper I like to use is nice thick paper. I don't like using thin paper because I can be quite heavy-handed. So I like using thick, rough paper. I'm not a big fan of smooth paper. If I'm drawing with the children at work, then yeah, any paper's fine. I'm not really bothered, but anything I want to do, I like slightly thicker, more greeny paper. Anyway, on to reviewing. I have a thing about never drawing on the front page. Don't ask me why, but I never do. I think I have done in the past, and it was a big flop. So I put nothing on the front. So it just basically, I can write anything there if I want. I could write a message saying this sketchbook is dedicated to this, or it's purely that, but most of my sketchbooks are just everything here, there and everywhere. Anyway, the first drawing is of a gorgeous little dragon. I did take what you want from my drawings. I draw what I want, and my interpretation is it's a baby dragon which is just hatched out of an egg, waiting for its siblings to hatch. Very simple paper drawing. I do eventually want to colour it. When that will be, I don't know, but I will eventually get to it. Big fan of dragons. Grew up with dragons around my house all the time. Excuse the mess behind me. I'm just going to hide that mess in my head. There we go. Now my next drawing is a bit for figure work. I want to say she's like a warrior princess. Well, I wouldn't say princess. She's just a warrior. Again, practicing my study drawings, I did take this from a reference image. If I've never drawn the human body in this style, this form before, I will use a reference image just to get my proportions and things right. Sometimes the legs always will be slightly smaller than the torso, but then you have humans like that. Humans have longer legs than torsos, longer torsos than legs. Everyone's a mismatch. But this is what I came up with. I did come back to it, I think, not that long ago, I think about last year, and added more details into like her spear and the emblem on clothing and the tattoos and stuff, and her little companion, which is, I would say, a little baby dragon, but others would say just a lizard. I don't quite know. I'm still working on hair and heads. Still haven't quite got that grasp yet, but anyway. This is something I just drew after watching How to Train Your Dragon 2. I am a lover of Toothless, absolutely huge lover. I felt really bad for Toothless because he is the last, appears to be the last of his kind of the dragons. So I drew him with a little missus. If you've never seen the films before, this has nothing to do with it. This is completely fan-based and things. So yes, he's wearing his. I think originally I did it on his wedding day sort of thing, because he's wearing a gorgeous little bow tie and she's got a pretty little bow in her hair. I think I gave her, yeah, just to define her enough, I gave her a little bit of an eyelash. But yeah. And there's actually 3 Toothless drawings. One of them is in here. I did take it out. It's in a folder somewhere being kept nice. This is the second one. This one I actually drew while I was at college waiting for my course to start. But again, it's Toothless, but just relaxed. He's got a lovely little flower in his hair. He's got a butterfly landed on his nose. He's all curious and everything. And then there's like petals and bits flying around. I think I even put a caterpillar on his, yeah, little caterpillar on his ear. I'll move it in a bit closer for you. You can see that. Sorry, the lighting isn't exactly fantastic, but the third Toothless drawing, which I don't have at the moment, is of it's called Daddy Toothless. So basically, you got a frame of Toothless on the page, and you got, I think it was 3 little dragons. One's like crawling up his side. I think one's on top of his head, and he's like looking up at him. I can't remember where the other one was, but yeah, I called it Daddy Toothless because of that. But yeah, sorry, something on my hand then. Ugh, bit horrible. But yes, that's that one on. Still got a lot more to go. This was a commission piece I did for a Reasonable Ranger, which I am a proud member. I would be wearing my hoodie at the moment, but I left it at work. This is a cross between Black Butler and the Alice in Wonderland game, the Alice McGee game, the horror sort of version. I played it. It's pretty good. Have yet to finish it, purely because my new computer, which you can just see in the corner, just there, doesn't have a disk drive. That was my partner's computer he first made, and bits of it don't work anymore, but I use it for what I need to use it for. I also have my computer laptop, obviously not meant for games, so I use that one in the corner over there. But anyway, yes, this is the image. Very, very busy, very things. I do plan on, again, this is a couple of years, oh, why is it going dark all of a sudden? Probably because I'm outside. Again, this is a couple of years old, or even a year, or so. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, anymore. But very, very twisted. Some of the characters, you've got Sebastian, CL, and you've got the Undertaker. And then I kept the Cheshire Cat from the actual game, because obviously there isn't any Cheshire in this, but just twisted things, obviously with Alice, and then there's the mushrooms, the chess pieces. The mushrooms are a bit bloody and gory, so I thought they were quite nice. Pocket watches, and then there's like a load of cards, blood everywhere, and a very snazzy chair for Zio to be sitting on. But yeah, that's that one. I will get round to finishing that one eventually. Again, the next one is a commission. This was I think a July Christmas combination again from Visible Rangers. The characters are from Full Metal Alchemist. Bit of a quirky, funny, so if you know what they are, you've got Scar, who is an Ishvalan. I can't remember which way you say it. Basically, he has his tattoos, he can deconstruct things, whereas all the other alchemists deconstruct and then reconstruct. He doesn't believe in alchemy, but yet he still uses it. I won't go on anymore, it's a bit confusing. And this is Roy Mustang, he's the flame alchemist. So basically he can control fire. So he's got these special gloves which he clicks, makes a spark. They've got the sebulum on them, and then he produces fire. But as it says up here, water beats fire. If Mustang is out in the rain, or he gets wet, or his gloves get wet, he cannot produce a spark and cannot create fire. So I thought I would make it quite funny. They liked these two particular characters, so I decided to give Scar a water gun. Explain. No one needed, really. Yes, the next drawing. This, I'm going to end this video on this drawing. I will load a part 2 as well, so don't fret, there will be a part 2. This was a very intimate, I don't mind sharing this with you guys because this is a couple of years old now. Me and my partner have been together it's 2 years in February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 19, 20 months. We've got a gorgeous little girl who is finally asleep upstairs. My world is him. He's just started new work stuff. I keep looking at me on the screen, it's really distracting because I'm just moving. Anyway, I keep meaning to look at you guys. Anyway, I'm proud of him for doing it because he passed his Class 1 and Class 2 licence to drive HGVs. He did it all on his own back. And the company he works for have been fantastic. They've put him on a training programme for 6 weeks, hopefully to then have a position at the end of it. But the hours are awkward and horrible. I miss waking up to him beside me. It's something I know I'm going to have to get used to and accept, but I am struggling. So this is this drawing I did ages ago, not long after we've been together, and he meant the world to me very, very quickly, which is sweet and lovely. But this is a depiction of me and him, and I wrote a beautiful little thing saying, Christopher, you are my light in darkness, you are my sorrow in... I can't read backwards for some reason, I'm struggling to read this. Anyway, I'll read it again. Christopher, you are my light in darkness, you are my warmth in coldness, you are my happiness in sorrow, you hold my heart in love. So that's that one. But as I said, he means the world to me. I am going to end this video here. Do not worry, I will continue this in another video, but obviously it takes a while for videos to load. So I will see you on the other side.